In the beginning, there were dinosaurs. Lots of dinosaurs, and they were big. They were very, very large. In comparison to man, they were really huge. And there were many different kinds. There were ceratops and stegosauruses, there were tyrannosauruses and pterodactyls. And they lived, not in harmony, they roamed the earth at will, raping, as it were, the planet and pillaging without regard. And we're discussing Christmas today.
Christmas is the holiday where a lot of people think the true meaning is Christ's birth.
Christ was born in a whole different time of year. In fact, Easter celebrates Christ's birth. And his death. We celebrate his death at Easter, but he was born closer to Easter.
Yeah. And you'll have to forgive Brandon here, because he's a little bit fed up with Christmas right now.
I work at Walmart. I've seen more Christmas trees and heard more about Christmas than I did about Halloween a month before Halloween.
Yeah.
I read that as an opening because it fits with the modern capitalistic Christmas.
Normally, atheists do not have a big problem with Christmas. It's just...
Let me substitute some words here, and it'll probably make more sense. In the beginning, there was Santa Claus. Lots and lots of elves. They were all encompassing. There were so many. In comparison to man, there was just innumerable. And they had different jobs. They made presents, they got the sleigh ready, they took care of the reindeers. We tried living in harmony with them. They broke into our house. They watched us all the time. They pretty much, raped and pillaged our lives without regard, giving us a capitalistic need.
Yeah. Anyway, the problem with Christmas isn't that is not that we don't celebrate. It's not. The problem with Christmas is, yes, capitalism. That is a big problem with Christmas.
That is Christmas.
Yes. But a long time ago, I think some people wanted to convert a few pagans, because it was a pagan holiday before Christmas took it over.
Was it? I'm pretty sure the Roman imperial cult doesn't qualify as pagan.
Well, whatever. Pagan.
Saturnalia was part of the Roman imperial cult. And that's kind of what it's based on. And then it had this and that added into it.
Well, Christians would think of that as pagan anyway. Because anything not of theirs is usually considered pagan.
Yes and no.
Well, in one sense it's true, and in another sense it's not. People get have problems with keeping things straight, because as time evolves, language evolves, and things mean different things over time.
And there were lots and lots of dinosaurs brought down the chimney with glee by some creepy pedophile.
Yes. And Santa Claus, well, Santa Claus it can be used as an analog for God.
Uh-huh.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows whether you've been bad or good.
And he'll bring you coal, which you can keep warm with, as opposed to play with, freezing to death. Figure out who's really bad.
Santa Claus is a perfect metaphor for God.
I don't remember Santa Claus raping Mrs. Claus story, though. It was that whole Virgin Mary issue.
That's not very kid-friendly, though.
So?
Well, he still rapes, because he's raping people of their money so they can go out and buy presents.
Is that Santa Claus, though? Is that really Santa Claus doing that?
It's the people who want people to believe in Santa Claus. We all know that Santa Claus doesn't exist.
Wait, Santa Claus doesn't exist?
He doesn't. people make people believe in Santa Claus. And then they aren't until they're old enough that they tell them, oh no, Santa Claus isn't real. And then the kid starts crying and going, there is no Santa Claus. But anyway, I never grew up on Christmas, so I don't know that much about that.
Yeah, well, Santa Claus is easy to not believe in.
I never believed in him.
Also, he's a creepy pedophile.
Yes, he is. And he comes down the chimney every year.
Well,
apparently.
What if you don't have a chimney?
That's true too. He comes in the window through his Santa Claus powers, or I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know that much about Santa Claus myself because I never grew up on the myth so much because I was in a church.
Now he's a myth. First he was God, now he's a myth.
Well, isn't God and Santa Claus both myths?
I don't know, is God a myth?
Yes.
Are we sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Can you prove it?
No, but you can't prove it does exist either.
What if I can?
How do you prove that he does exist?
What if I can physically demonstrate Santa Claus to you?
You can?
I'm pretty sure that's a doable feat.
Just go to
Just go down to your local mall.
Yeah, there's Santa Claus. That's a guy in a Santa Claus outfit. That's not actually Santa Claus.
I'm pretty sure that's Santa Claus.
But that's a guy in an outfit.
He's physically there. You have to admit, he at least resembles Santa Claus.
Wasn't Santa Claus based off a picture or something like that? Back when they were trying to try to sell things for Christmas. A long time ago. The current incarnation of Santa Claus is based off a picture, an old picture.
Old picture. How old?
I don't know.
Are you saying it's something Rockefeller invented?
Might be. I don't know that one for sure.
No?
And people go a bit overboard now that they're celebrating, they're starting the Christmas shopping season before Halloween.
Just a little overboard. Just a little.
Well, I never grew up on Santa, so.
Were the Christmas trees?
No Christmas trees.
No Christmas caroling?
No. In fact, I remember when I was a kid and in school, I used to actually literally cover my ears because I was not supposed to celebrate Christmas when people were singing about Christmas. That's how strict my church was.
You're not a fan of Weird Al?
I'm a fan of Weird Al.
Christmas at Ground Zero?
I like them now.
The Night Santa Went Crazy?
I like that stuff.
You didn't listen to him then?
I didn't really listen to those songs then.
No? Why not?
Because they were Christmas.
Because they were Christmas?
They were Christmas songs. In fact, I didn't even know about those songs until I was much older.
So, what did you do at Christmas time?
I tried to ignore Christmas.
And what else?
Just hated winter.
So, to get this straight, you couldn't celebrate goodwill with your fellow men and women, children of God, even though you were supposedly a Christian. You hated on the weather that God created. How were you a Christian then?
Apparently we followed the Bible.
How's that following the Bible?
Christmas is not actually part of the Bible. It never states in the Bible you should celebrate Christmas.
Isn't there something about there in, like loving thy neighbor, though?
Yes, but aren't you supposed to do that all year round?
Well, yeah, but why not celebrate it too? There's no rule against that.
Well, we had.
And everybody else does.
We had a lot of preconceived notions about Christmas anyway. Like I said, We thought it was a pagan holiday because it's an older tradition than Christianity.
So, your made-up religion doesn't let you celebrate other things that actually promote goodwill?
We didn't.
Didn't?
We didn't want pagan influences. Where did the elves come from?
Maybe Santa's just very, very horny.
Are you saying that Santa's an elf?
Isn't he? I thought he was.
I didn't know that Santa was an elf.
What is he? He's not an elf. What is he? Is he a goblin? Is he a sorcerer?
I have no idea. What did you grow up believing he was?
I don't remember. I got over the Santa thing so early, I actually don't remember.
What do most people believe Santa is?
I don't know.
Do people think that he's just a very long-living human?
I don't know. He's based on several different humans that actually exist, as I understand it. But
who is he based off of?
well, Saint Nicholas was actually a real person, and that is part of what Santa was based on. Though they do radically different things, so somewhere in there. That
Yeah, I've
gets
heard
you.
something about that. I don't know the exact story behind him.
I don't know if I'd use the words behind in the same sentence as anything dealing with religion. It might be a bad joke in there.
So what is the story of Saint Nicholas?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Well, stories evolve over time anyway.
Do they?
Yes.
What about Christianity?
I think that evolved over time too.
Did it? Christmas is kind of stupid. It's over-commercialized, and it's insanely, idiotically overextended now.
Yeah.
On top of it, it's based on old myth that is hearsay and conjecture for half of it at best, because it was never rightly all recorded, and a few quasi-factual things that may or may not have been twisted and may or may not have even existed.
Yeah. And even if there was some truth to it, it's probably not even worth trying to figure out what the truth is anymore.
No, it's not. I'm not against Christmas. I enjoy celebrating things with, fellow people.
Yeah.
I'm a people. I like to be a people. I
And
work at
if
Walmart, so I
and
have to pretend a lot, but...
And even if if somehow religion were to stop, that doesn't mean that Christmas has to go away. Doesn't mean it has to stay, but it doesn't mean it has to go away either.
And whatever happened to the other good holidays, Thanksgiving? Halloween was fun.
I prefer Thanksgiving.
Christmas now extends so far back. It starts there and runs through part of January, and then Valentine's Day starts.
It runs through February, January.
Christmas now runs through part of January, after even the New Year celebration. Because that's when you get your deals for the next year on all your old stuff that wasn't sold.
Not just the tax stuff.
No, taxes start in about February with Valentine's Day. Late January, early February with Valentine's Day.
It's just gobbling up more and more time.
Yes.
Eventually, we'll be having Christmas all year round.
Yes. And that's stupid.
It is. Why don't we just celebrate it like half the month? Wouldn't that make Christmas more special?
Do you want to make it more special?
Well, having it all year round does not make it very special at all.
Well, and Christmas roamed the earth at will, raping, as it were, the planet and pillaging without regard. And I forgot the rest of the notes.
Okay. So, in other words, Christmas, some of it is good, some of it is just completely wrong. Goodwill, good stuff. Presents, fine. Commercializing it, it just gets a bit annoying. And I think that's enough for our rant.